Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem, Jane. It is the Passover holiday. I was out doing some errands. I came home. The rain started here in Jerusalem and I have family visiting, and we were actually sitting in the couch watching the movie about Joseph, one of my favorite characters from the Bible. And then there were breaking news on my phone. And I told my mom, I'm going to step into my bedroom. I need to make a news update. So that's why the lighting is not the best. Yesterday, two young ladies, Dina and Rena, was buried. They were brutally executed in a terror attack in Israel. Their mother was severely injured and she succumbed to her wounds today. Mother, 48 years old, two daughters, 16 and 20 years old, shot in their car, plainly executed for no other reason than being Jewish. So yesterday, a husband and a father, two sisters and one brother had to bury two sisters. And tomorrow there's another funeral in that family when they have to bury their beloved mother. This is unfathomable. This is just horrendous. This means that if you look at this photo, we have had 3 sets of siblings being brutally murdered in terror attacks in Israel within the last 2 months, beginning with these 2 beautiful young boys who was run down by a Palestinian terrorist in a car, just plowed them down with his car. 2 brothers who were executed in their cars, shot to death in the city of Urara. And then a couple of days ago in the Jordan Valley, these 2 sisters were brutally executed, and now also their mother. So one family in less than 48 hours have to bury their mother and their 2 beloved daughters, sisters, murdered for no other reason than being Jewish. The terrorists who shot this mother and her 2 daughters are still on the loose. Please pray for the security forces that they will capture and take them out as soon as possible. Please pray for all of the families of the terror victims here in Israel, especially this family who buried 2 sisters yesterday, and tomorrow they have to bury their beloved mothers. We had another terror attack. This time it was in Tel Aviv at the beach promenade, the beautiful place right next to the water where all tourists are taking a stroll when they are in Tel Aviv. And that's exactly what happened the other night when, again, with an Arab terrorist with his car, went straight into the bike path and the sidewalk, and he plowed down what turned out not to be Israelis, which of course is what he intended to murder, but actually groups of tourists. And unfortunately, a tourist from Italy, 35 years old, he was a lawyer, was killed in that accident. Several tourists from England and another tourist from Italy was injured, and they had to undergo a surgery in the hospital here in Jerusalem. So everything is on high alert. All of a sudden, we also had rockets flying in from Lebanon. They were actually fired by Hamas in Lebanon. Israel retaliated. We had rocket attacks from Syria into Israel. And then, of course, rockets also started flying from the Gaza Strip. So many rockets has been fired into Israel. Several of them actually hit in people's houses in populated area, and only by a miracle did nobody got killed. It really, that's the only way you can use it, that it's a miracle that nobody gets killed with all the rockets that's flying into Israel. And of course also because Israel has the Iron Dome missile defense system that is shooting down the biggest part of all of these rockets. Some also lands in open areas, but many of them are coming into Israel shut down by the Iron Dome, or in some cases, unfortunately, they land down in populated areas. IDF soldiers has actually been called up to help the police now in Tel Aviv, beginning from today. More units of border police has been called out to patrol also here in Jerusalem. So everything is on a high alert here in Israel on all fronts. Just imagine for a second that within 48 hours, Israel is attacked with rockets from Lebanon, from Syria, and also from Gaza. It's literally all around. And then we have all of these terror attacks within Israel with the aim of murdering as many Jewish people as possible. And then you're being celebrated in all the Arab Palestinian cities. They're handing out sweets. They're glorifying you. The families of these terrorists are now going to be millionaire with the money that they're going to receive every month from the Palestinian authorities. So for such a time as this, please pray for Israel as we are in this very tense situation. Of course, it's always worse when we have the month of Ramadan. We always see Muslims on the Temple Mount. They're barricading themselves inside Al-Aqsa. They're taking in pipe bombs, they're taking in fireworks, they're taking in stones, and then they are attacking the police, forcing them to enter the Temple Mount, and then they attack them. So that's what's always going on during the month of Ramadan. So things are very tense, especially around Jerusalem, around the old city, out in Judea and Samaria. For such a time as this, you can make a difference by standing up for Israel, speaking up for Israel, praying for Israel, sharing out this video, as I'm sure a lot of you are not hearing about all of these terror attacks. Innocent civilians out driving in their cars, walking in the streets, just being brutally murdered because of this demonic hatred towards the Jewish people. So please share out this video, and like I said, please pray for these families, especially this was a family from England who made Aliyah to Israel 10 years ago. They buried 2 daughters yesterday, and tomorrow they have to bury their mother. Please keep them in their prayers. I'm sending my deepest condolences to all the families of these terror victims, and may all of these victims, may their memories forever be a blessing.